Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys, we are going to be doing another spooky video of the 5 most spookiest card text in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So, being card text, there are going to be no effect monsters on this list. You are just going to see vanilla monsters that have very interesting or scary card text, to say the least. Stuff that would be like, I wouldn't want to run into this monster in the middle of the night or in a back alley. It would not be fun and I would probably die. That is what this video is about. Those monsters you just don't want to know about that have interesting card text and scary card text. So yes, hope you guys all enjoy this video. This is my top 5, so without further ado, let's get to our first spooktacular number 5. So guys, for our number 5 most scariest card, we have a card that was released ages ago. And as you can imagine, a lot of these cards on this list come back from the original sets of Yu-Gi-Oh! Back then, there was a lot more scarier artwork back then, and a lot of scarier lore. I don't know if it's because of Bakura or whatever, but there's a lot more scarier cards back in the original game of Yu-Gi-Oh! From nowadays. We have dancing hippos and I mean, that was an Arc 5 to like computer stuff. Not as scary as like some grisly ghoul, I guess you could say. But for number 5, we have a card that the Paradox Brothers actually used in the anime, and that is Dungeon Worm. It's a level 5 Earth monster. It's an insect type with 1,800 attack and 1,500 defense. Now, you may say, what's scary about a level 5 1,800 tributable monster? And I'll say there's nothing scary about that, but his card text is scary nonetheless. Hidden under the floors of a labyrinth, it swallows any who pass above. So if you go into a labyrinth and you're walking in a cave, this worm's gonna come up and eat you with those teeth of his. I don't want to go spelunking anytime soon with anybody. Do you? I don't want to be eaten by a giant worm. So yes, it kind of reminds me of the worm from Star Wars. I think it was episode 2, I think. Well, not episode 2, but like the older ones. I'm forgetting. Return of the Sith. I'm having a brain fart on my Star Wars lore. I love Star Wars, but I'm having a brain fart right now. So yeah, that's my number 5, Dungeon Worm. It'll eat you alive if you go into a labyrinth. Just like it did to poor Flame Swordsman. I think it was. Wasn't it Flame Swordsman that got eaten alive? No, it was Axe Raider. I can't remember. Tell me who got eaten alive in the labyrinth in the Duelist Kingdom duel. So let's get to our number 4 spooky card text monster. So this card has been one of my favorite Halloween cards, even more so than the Ghost Tricks when they came out, because of its card text, and it looks so freaking cute. And that's Hollow Hollow. I love this. I love this line. Let me prepare myself here, guys. Hollow Hollow, brain of tallow, guts are gone, noggins hollow, seeking sweets and marshmallows, watch your back and your candy sack. So, Hollow Hollow, you better watch your back because he's gonna steal your candy. And you know what's more scary? You know what's the most scariest thing in the world as a kid? When your parents came in and stole your candy without telling you. So having a scary pumpkin thing that looks cute and whose brain is hollow coming to steal your candy sack, my entire candy stash? Man. That's scary. That's like above scary. That's like spooktacular scary to have him steal all my candy. I can't allow this. I cannot allow Hollow Hollow to get near my candy. But jokes aside, Hollow Hollow is an awesome card. I love the artwork. I love the thing. It is kind of scary in its own right, and it has to be on this list because it looks so damn cute. And it does, like, if you listen to it, like I've always read over this, like around last year I read it, and this year too. Hollow Hollow, brain of tallow. Guts are gone, so he's a pumpkin. He's a jack-o'-lantern now. Noggin's hollow, so his head's hollow. Seeking sweets, and marshmallows. So he's seeking sweets from people. So you better watch your back and your candy sack because he's gonna steal that. So yeah, interesting card. Love the lore, and believe me, losing your candy that you got as a kid when you went trick-or-treating is the worst feeling ever. So you have to admit, this has to be on the list. More than a dungeon worm, I guess you could say, right? Right? So let's get to our number 3 most scariest card text in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. So this card actually has a story behind it of why I put this at number 3. And we're even going to tell you in this video a scary story that is a local myth or legend in my area in Virginia. So we'll go into that after we read this card, but as it's called, I gotta pronounce it properly. I never can get this card pronounced properly, so let me try to pronounce it right now. So it is pronounced Wilmy, I think it's how you pronounce it, the rabbit. Now, Wilmy the rabbit is, you look at the card artwork, and this actually is kind of cool. I think it came out as a world championship, like in the world tournament packs that you got in 2010 or 2011. This came out as a common, so technically we did get it over here in the TCG, but as a like you had to be at the world championship qualifier or something like that. Like it was a very, it's like an $8-9 common. It's one of those random commons. But Wilmy states a rabbit that shears through opposition with its sharp-like skewers. A rabbit that shreds through opposition with its sharp-like skewers. Because you can see, he has like a I don't know, like do you want to see like, I actually dated a girl one time that was actually afraid of rabbits. And a rabbit with skewers that's going to shred you, that's a little creepy. But the reason I put this at number 3 is because of a local legend, like I was saying earlier, in myth from my area, which we will go into right now, which is kind of an interesting story. So in my area of Northern Virginia in North America, there is a local legend from Fairfax County, where I'm originally from, and it's called Bunny Man Bridge. You can look this up on Google, look up Bunny Man Bridge, Fairfax County, Virginia, and you will learn about the Bunny Man. So the story goes, the bunny, there's a bunch of different reoccurring things I've heard. Like it's literally like a myth. It happened, but we don't know, like it did happen. There are police reports of it from what I've been told, but what exactly happened is unknown. So Bunny Man Bridge. Bunny Man Bridge, back in the early 60s or 70s, from what my dad told me and what I've read online, this bridge, Bunny Man Bridge, is where all the local, teens would go out to hang out, make out, you do teen stuff that you do in high school, like do drugs, make out with girls, and, all that stuff. But a guy dressed up in a Bunny Man suit, he was a local, he lived down the street, he was sick and tired of all these delinquents underneath his bridge, so he dressed up in a Bunny Man suit and ran around scaring the kids with an axe. And literally saying, the Bunny Man's gonna get you! The Bunny Man's gonna get you! So imagine you're like a 15-year-old guy with your girlfriend. You're making out underneath, this bridge, and a guy comes around in a Bunny Man suit saying, I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you! And you're like, oh, like, this happened. Now, this apparently happened for a while until the guy stopped, but that's one part of the legend. The other part of the legend is the guy was escaped from an insane asylum that was located near where Bunny Man Bridge was, which actually did exist. And that a couple went on their honeymoon and came back around Halloween time. They come back home in their car around the same time, 50s, 60s, and 70s, like sometime around those decades. And they come home from their honeymoon, and there's a guy on the front porch dressed up in a Bunny Man suit with a chainsaw hacking away their front porch. And they freak out and just run away and call the cops. But when the cops get there, nobody's there. And then apparently the Bunny Man went to Bunny Man Bridge and then scared the kids. Like I said, there's different incarnations of this story. But for that, when I look at this card, when I look at this card, Wilmy, I think of the Bunny Man. and I think of Bunnyman Bridge. And so that is why this is number 3. And if you want to look more into this story, look up the Bunnyman Bridge, Fairfax County, Virginia, United States. And I promise you, you'll find an interesting little horror story from my local area. So let's get to our number 2 most scariest Yu-Gi-Oh card text in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. So my number 2 most scariest card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh involves a card used by the one, the only, the greatest duelist of all our times, Seto freaking Kaiba. Now, Vorse Raider is a card that looks really cool and was used by, I'm guessing, a majority of us when we were kids, or when we played those little Game Boy games back in the day, because it was a 19 vanilla beat stick. Pretty decent, good card for very young kids and early Yu-Gi-Oh. So, saying that, however, if you ever read Vorse Raider's flavor text, it is really creepy. So let's read it right now. This wicked warrior does every horrid thing imaginable and loves it. Loves it! Exclamation point. His axe bears the marks of his countless victims. So he does every wicked thing you can think of, imaginable, and he loves to do it. And he has on his axe marks from all his countless victims. That's creepy. That's like, I love killing people. So you can, and I love it. So that's where it makes me like I'm reading like a mass murderer's, like a card text. Like, the Vorse Raider? He's a freaking psychopath. I love killing. I love killing, and I love doing horrible things to people. That's what this card says. This is what it's saying to you. So, yes, if you love this card because of Kaiba and because, you know, it's a good card back in the day as you were a kid and everything, cool. But remember, this card is a psychopathic killer for the most part. That's creepy, I feel like. But it's not the number 1 most scariest card on this list. So let's go to our number 1 most scariest card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So guys, for our number 1 most scariest card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And its flavor text, I chose the Gross Ghost of Fled Dreams. The Gross Ghost of Fled Dreams. That just, it rolls off the tongue, but it sounds creepy. The Gross Ghost of Fled Dreams. So, what does this card say? Why did I decide to choose this card in particular to be the number 1 most scariest card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! The flavor text, that is. Well, let's read it. This monster feeds on the dreams of any unwary sleeper, dragging the victim into eternal slumber. So, it's a level of 1,300 attack, 1,800 defense. Dark Fiend, makes sense, it's a fiend. But the fact that it feeds on my dreams and it drags its victims into an eternal slumber, that's creepy. That's really creepy. It reminds me of another monster or Pokemon, for example, from the Pokemon world. It reminds me of Darkrai. And everybody knows how Darkrai, I mean, granted we had the Darkrai movie and that explained why Darkrai was shunned and hated, but there have been evil Darkrai's in the Pokemon world, and this card reminds me of Darkrai. This Yu-Gi-Oh card reminds me of Darkrai. It feeds on it puts its victim, I mean, Darkrai feeds on dreams. This thing, if you go to sleep, it's going to feed on your dreams and then eat you. So it's a mixture of Hypno versus Darkrai. Yeah. That's a little creepy-ish, I guess you could say. So yeah, that's why that is my number 1 most scariest card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Flavor text wise. If you can think of a scarier card, let us know down in the comment section below. And until next time, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and happy Halloween to all of you.